How do we do this thing called church? Have you ever thought about that? Before, as a new believer, I just went along with everybody, but when I started my first pastorate, I was stuck. I said, Bonnie, why doesn't the New Testament have exact guidelines for how we do church? Where's the format? What's the plan? Where's the guidance? Where's the pattern? Is there a pattern? Have you ever asked yourself that kind of question?
Did you forget that He gave you His Son to be the only way?
Well, what I discovered is there is a pattern. In fact, in the Old Testament, in Exodus 25, verse 8 and 9, it said, "Then have them make a sanctuary for me, and I will dwell among them. Make this tabernacle and all its furnishings exactly like the pattern I will show you." So if in the Old Testament God had a pattern that was so exact and so perfect, what about in the New Testament when Jesus came and He completed things? Jesus said that to Peter, He said, upon this rock, the revelation that He was Christ, Son of the living God, that He would build His church. So He's building the church. But what is the pattern? Where does it come from? Can we see it? Can we find it? Because if what we're doing is the right pattern, then the church should be really having an impact. And the sense that I have is that we're not impacting the world the way Christ impacted the world. So we want to discover that pattern. In fact, Hebrews 8:1 said the point of what we are saying is this: we do have such a high priest who sat down at the right hand of the throne of the majesty in heaven, and who serves in the sanctuary, the true tabernacle set up by the Lord, not man. So that initial tabernacle that Moses did was to be a copy of that which was in heaven. And Christ was not concerned about going behind the curtain into the most holy place on the one here on earth, but He was looking at removing the curtain in heaven that separated God from man. That was what He wanted to do. So what happens once He's done that? What is the pattern? Where are we going with this? Well, Peter tells us in 1 Peter 2:4, "As you come to Him, the living stone, rejected by men but chosen by God and precious to Him, you also, like living stones, are being built into a spiritual house to be a holy priesthood, offering spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ." It's living stones that are being built into a spiritual house. That's what the church is now. It isn't something that's rigid and found in one place. It isn't a building that people go into, but it's something that's fluid and flexible. That's the pattern. And the pattern includes being built on people. It's the church people being built together to fit that. And it is established on bedrock, and there is foundations and walls to this, and we will discover what those things are in the next session.
Did you forget that He gave you His Son to be the only way? He is the only one.